So I just wanted to say that this week's video is sponsored by Dev Mountain. So if you don't know Dev Mountain, they teach development, web development, every type of development at a coding boot camp in the States. So if you want to check out Dev Mountain, then just go to the link in my bio. Thank you, Dev Mountain, for sponsoring this video. So I just got back from filming my very first collaboration video with a girl called Tibby's. Her channel is called Tibby's. Her name is Toby, and you should see our collaboration videos sometime this month. It is Saturday. I have a list of things to do in my bullet journal, which I'm excited to tackle. I freaking love my bullet journal. First thing, today is gonna be another sit-down vlog, because do I ever do anything else? Today I need to do some research on my project proposal. So I know I've been sort of, quiet about what I'm gonna do for my PhD, and I still don't want to release what it is because it's not final, and I don't want to announce what I'm doing and then it fall through and then it not happen, you know what I mean? So I would rather have it figured out and then announce it. I don't want to jinx it. But today I'm going to be submitting a project proposal to a professor so that he can apply for funding for me and we can apply together. So I've never written a proposal. Basically, he just wants me to do a one-page summary of past research that has already been done and to sort of show where we can, fill in the gap. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I don't know if you can see, I have my clean desk. I got my laptop, my tea, my plants. It's nice and bright in Zurich today. Sorry, I'm looking at the viewfinder. It's nice and bright in Zurich today. My room is, somewhat clean, so that means I can get ready to start doing work. Anyway, I don't know if you care about watching me do work. Yeah. So knowing how to write a research proposal is pretty important if you want to write, a scholarship application that proposes a master's thesis, or if you want to propose a PhD project, which normally people don't do. Normally you apply to a lab and then they give you whatever. Anyway, so what you need to do first is make sure you're connected to your VPN. So for example, a professor had sent me this paper, Generic Algorithm to Derive the Intrinsic Color of Natural Waters from Digital Images. And this had been done with a small camera device that had been, it had been done as a field test. So people had gone with their cameras to the actual test site. So then I started to think, okay, well, do you have to be there? Can you do this with satellite imagery? And then the other idea was okay, well, can you do this with cameras that are already in the, can you put the camera on a pole and leave it there to monitor for a long time? So here I wanted to see if the digital camera idea had ever been done for rivers. So then if I go here, I see this is the one that I had. This is the exact same person. And you can see a bunch of papers. And then if you go sort by relevance to see what has been done in the last year, you see that there's only this one paper. And when I went into it, it wasn't relevant at all. And the reason why Google doesn't have that many papers is because they're free, the Google Scholar. So what it's better to do actually is to go to, if you can't find any papers anymore, you go to this thing called Scopus. And you can see from what I wrote in my Scopus. Yeah, I put digital camera as the article title. Water quality, it doesn't have to be that they're measuring water quality, so I just put in keywords. And then river and also the article title, because I just wanted to know if they ever used a digital camera to monitor something in a river. And then I found a bunch of papers on that, and now I'm kind of just going through them. This one, evaluating using GoPro cameras and sales calibration for video-based submerged riverbed reconstruction. Yeah, I'm just kind of reading all of these papers to figure out what I can do and what has already been done. So that's where I'm at right now. Hope this helps. Hi friends, so it's been 10 hours since we last talked, and I'm even more stressed than when I started. I have literally not moved. I actually didn't have dinner. I just had a yogurt cup, but I don't suggest you do that. But before you can propose a project as a PhD student, you need to know what has already been done. So today was a day of reading a lot of different papers and just trying to figure out what has already been done. So I could be like, okay, well, maybe I can work on, you know, it's been done in oceans, in big lakes, but it hasn't been done in like small reservoir type things, you know, like maybe you could change the temporal scale or the different quantities that are measured or the spatial scale, like really just doing the research to figure out where you can come in and fill in the gap and do novel research. But yeah, I've read, I don't know how many papers, 7 or 8, and when I read them, I read the abstract, intro, conclusion, and sometimes methodology and sometimes discussion, or snippets of everything. It takes forever, and I don't feel like there's any gap anywhere. I feel like everyone has already done everything, and there's nowhere for me to come in and do what I want to do. In terms of the personal statement, someone emailed me asking me what they don't know what they want to study for their master's. They sort of narrowed it down to be mechanics and acoustics or fluid mechanics, but they don't know how to approach their personal statement because they don't know which one they want to do. Honestly, what I would say, just pick one and write about it, and then once you get into the program you can always switch. That's what I did. I mean, I wrote about energy carriers because that's what I thought I wanted to do, and then I got here and I completely switched fields to do internal flows of engines. So that would be my suggestion. Just if you can't pick what you want to study in your master's, but obviously you have to be specific in your master's and your personal statement, just pick something to write about that you can write very specifically and thoroughly about, and then send that letter. And then you can always switch. So that's my suggestion.